SS Rajamouli's much anticipated Baahubali will hit screens on the 10th of July and is being presented by filmmaker Karan Johar. We caught up with the directors in Mumbai on Thursday and got them talking about how the audience now judges movies based on their box office performances. Take a look.
I'm here, the visionary filmmaker, the man behind the magnum opus Baahubali, SS Rajamouli, and the filmmaker who's presenting the film in Bollywood, Karan Johar. Sir, to start off with you, why did you choose Karan Johar as the man to present the film?
Of course, he doesn't make these kind of films, but even though I don't know him, I know the kind of passion he has towards films. So, at the back of my mind, I knew, once the project is offered to him, he will not be able to resist it.
That's such a big budget film, and audience nowadays, at least, they become so informed that they start tending to judge a film, based on its budget or based on its star cast.
If you say that it is the biggest budgeted film in India, and you release a promo where you see outstanding visuals, and once they go into the theater, they want it. They want to see it. And if you don't deliver, if you don't deliver, then you're in trouble.
Right. Karan, you of course differed from his point of view. You said that the audience now actually
I was trying to say, when I did say in that interview, I was like, unfortunately, the cinegoers are being fed with too much information about box office. I was like, they don't need to know of this film, because post a Monday, if suppose a film has not performed, how is that becoming a barometer for an audience still to go and see the film? And I walk into elevators and hear people talking, "Kya 100 karegi kya picture, 100 karegi kya, ye hoga wo." I'm like, how is it an audience discussion? When did this ever happen? This is a new phenomenon where everyone's discussing box office like, oh, I believe it opened to 12 crores. How does it matter to you? you go and pay. You see if you want to pay your 200 rupees to see the film. Now why 12? Oh, really? We must go and see that.
And now the critics' opinions matter less than the box office numbers in a way, almost.
Every filmmaker will always go against and say that we don't care. But of course everyone cares. But does it really matter in a big commercial venture? If Baahubali gets a 1-star rating, will it matter? No. We hope it's going to get 5 stars, but even if it doesn't, people will want to go and see the film and then discover, and the audience is always right. If they thumb your film down, they give it less business. You can't say, I hate when people say, your film was ahead of its times. No. There is no such thing. It was not, dude. It did work today. It may not have worked 20 years later. It may not work 50 years later. It didn't work. Acknowledge, accept, move on.
None of the cult stuff.
Do not blame. No, cult is great. Cult is exactly that. Firstly, people don't know what cult means. Okay. There's a big problem. And when they say cult, they're saying it's a great film, it's a cult film. But if it's done 300 crores, it's not a cult film. A cult film is, Devdi is a cult film.
Yeah,
exactly. Tiny endeavors that develop a cult following, and like Agnipath 1990 was a cult film. It was a box office failure. It had cult status.
And you put it on its head.
You Dil Chahta Hai is also got cult love. These are cult films. Lunchbox could also be described as a cult, edgy love story. But Sholay is not a cult film.
Okay, thank you so much for talking to us, and best of luck for the film, and you too, Karan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.